Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. It's the Fool Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. Today, big news. Detroit Lions made a move. They did a trade with the New York Giants, who are, garbage fire at the moment, and picked up one of their defensive tackle, Damon Harrison. I'm kind of interested to see how this trade goes, because if you've been watching the Lions, they are pretty susceptible to the run game. In fact, they are last in yards per rush against, last in the league, and they're 30th out of 32 teams in yards per game against, like in the 132 range. I mean, just think about that. How long did it take the Lions to get a rusher to run for 100 yards, and we average giving up 132 per game? And we haven't even played that great of teams that run, like Green Bay, right? So, this is a big sign to me. There's a few things that signifies. One, the team, the ownership, and the GM think that this team actually has a good chance. They're going off and trying to fix a wrong. Like GM Quinn did not address this really too much in the draft. And the way they have, it hasn't really worked out. Trading a 5th round pick, which is great, just a 5th for Harrison is just stupendous. He was a 2016 Pro Bowl player. So getting him to try to solidify a rush game is great, a rush defense. Not only does he fill the void in there from Nada, who left and went to Philly, a lot of people I was seeing compared him to like Vince Wilfork of New England fame back when the New England Patriots were known for their defense, not necessarily their offense, where Tom Brady would kind of win games 23-20. So I think that's a nice comparison. I would take that. He's a nice big run stopper in the middle. I hope that is true. We'll see how the averages go. Now, like I said, it's a signal that the top, the ownership, and the GM are thinking this team can win. And I can see why. The Lions are 3-3. Yeah, they had to get their footing. They lost to the Jets. They lost to San Francisco. 2 terrible losses. Don't get me wrong. But they beat Green Bay, they beat New England, and they went down off a bye week, but they beat Miami. Those 3 teams all had winning records. There's always been a thing about the Lions, how they just can't beat teams with winning records. Well, there's 3 wins. Now, will it end up that way? Will Miami end up with, 9 wins? I don't know. But I bet Green Bay's going to end up with 9, 10 wins. I'm sure New England is. So, there's some balance there. I'm encouraged by what I see, especially when you got Kerryon Johnson rushing for 150-some yards. It's like Bob Quinn has addressed the running game offensively, and you can see it paying off. Now we need to address the defensive running game, the stopping the run, and this is one step to do it. I'm pretty excited about this. I think he's going to come in and fill a void. It'll be interesting to see how those numbers go. Will we all of a sudden start stopping the run better? Not only do you stop the run better, hopefully, with Harrison, but now, hopefully, you're going to have like 2 people have to defend him, and maybe that opens up the outside for some end rushing. And we'll see if Ziggy Ansah, the biggest bust of a franchise tag this year, if he can finally get back on the field. He played, I think, the first quarter or something against the Jets and has been out ever since. I don't think he is doing it, but the longer he sits out after he practices and sits out, it makes me wonder if he's pulling like Le'Veon Bell, where he could play and he's not because he's just on a franchise tag, right? He's going to hold out and just get a big contract in the offseason, like kind of what Le'Veon Bell is trying to do. Different topic. So, summation. Harrison, great pick. Only a 5th rounder to get him. It's really nothing too much to give up for this guy. We have him for this year as a rental, basically see how he does. And even our next 2 years, I think we can pick him up for 1 more year for like $9.25 million. So, like, that's not bad at all. And we're going to have cap space the next 2 years. So I think it's a great pick. What do you guys think? What do you think of the Damon Harrison trade? Do you think it's going to work? Do you think this is just, trying to put a Band-Aid on there, not a real fix? Let me know in the comments below. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you really like it, subscribe. Thanks, and as always, go blue!